Bonjour, welcome to Colebrook Kitchen. Today we're going to make roast chicken, one of our favorite comfort foods and the dish by which we judge all French bistros. We've made roast chicken for years, but it turns out we really weren't making it as well as we could. If you get the skin crispy and the breast just right, then the legs and thighs are underdone. And there's nothing worse or less healthy than underdone chicken. So I figured there had to be a solution. And we consulted one of my favorite kitchen gods, Kenji Lopez Alt. Sure enough, he had encountered the problem, worked out a solution, and that's what we're going to bring you today, the Colebrook Kitchen version of his spatchcock butterflied roast chicken. Okay, let's prepare the field of battle. We'll start with a half sheet pan, but to avoid a messy cleanup, we're going to cover it in foil. We're going to use one of our favorite new products from Chic Wrap. They have a line of foil, plastic wrap, and parchment containers that have wonderful silicone feet so they don't move. A terrific cutter, look at how neat this is, and they're reusable and refillable, so they're just wonderful for all of your kitchen paper needs. So let's get this ready. Now we're going to want to elevate our chicken. So we're going to use a couple of silicone roasting racks from OXO. And these are great because they can go into the microwave or the oven. They go into the dishwasher. They come as a set of two and you can configure them any way you want. We're going to do it pretty simply right here. But that'll keep our chicken off of the chicken fat. Now let's get our chicken. And the secret to the way this dish works is to cut the backbone out of the chicken and then spread it out. So let's approach this guy from the back end of the chicken, and we'll get our trusty OXO poultry shears. We tested a lot of poultry shears, and these were the ones that we found worked the best. They can cut through both bone, which is hard and takes quite a bit of muscle, and skin, which requires sharp blades. And it's really pretty amazing how many poultry shears may be good at one, but not good at both. Let's get this out here. The other advantage of these is that they come apart for easy cleaning, and that makes them great. See, they just come apart just like that. Okay, now we've got our chicken. We just want to spread it apart like this, put it on the roasting rack. And it's amazing how this will actually take care of the difference in cooking times between the breast and the thighs. Now we'll just take this Evo olive oil sprayer, and it sprays a very consistent 1/4 teaspoon. Massage that in a little bit. The chicken's getting a nice spa treatment before it goes into the oven. Now let's take a little bit of lemon juice. I always like to put some lemon juice on my roast chicken. And this stainless steel Norpro citrus press works really well to just spread the lemon juice all over the surface of the chicken. Now, one of the tips that we learned for getting good crust is to take a combination, and I use about 3 to 1, 3 times salt to one portion of baking powder, and sprinkle that onto the skin of the chicken. So it not only seasons it, but the baking powder actually helps to brown the skin of the chicken a little bit. So do that. And then our favorite seasoning is something called Perfect Spice. And this was actually rumored to be developed by the person who came up with the 11 herbs and spices for Kentucky Fried Chicken. But it's a wonderful combination of spices that just gives chicken a wonderful flavor. So we want to get that all over the chicken. Push it in there. One of the most important tools to use when you're roasting anything is a thermometer, and we really like this OXO leave-in thermometer. You have the readout outside of the oven, and you use this probe inside the oven, so it will tell you when your protein is done without having to do constant checking. So we'll stick that into the fattest part of the thigh, plug it into the thermometer, and we'll be setting that for 150 degrees. And now, last but not least, one of our favorite new cool tools is a chainmail, stainless steel chainmail cover that we put over almost anything we roast now. It keeps the heat in, but it lets the steam out. It helps the skin get crisp, and when you take your protein out of the oven and let it rest, it keeps the heat in. Now let's cook our chicken until it reaches 150 degrees in the breast and see what it's like. Our chicken reached an internal temperature of 150 degrees in the breast. We've taken it out of the oven and we've let it rest so that all the juices can be spread back out on the chicken. Now let's unveil it and see what we've got here. And that is a beautiful roast chicken. All right, let's carve this puppy and see what it's like. We'll take out the temperature probe. And let's see what we've got here. Well, narrowing on that. That is just about as perfect a roast chicken as you can get. And let's try a little taste. I'm in roast chicken heaven. Thank you for joining us at Colebrook Kitchen.